Her palm had already left my face, but the sting still throbbed, while the shame cut even deeper. I stood frozen in the middle of the ballroom as whispers spread and the music died into an uneasy quiet. Melissa, my sister-in-law, and the bride had just slapped me in front of hundreds of guests on her wedding day, all because I accidentally spilled a small splash of champagne on the edge of her expensive white gown while handing her a glass for the toast. I stared at her, stunned, my cheeks burning and eyes smarting. Before I could explain, she leaned toward the microphone and spat, "You ruin everything, just like always. Why can't you stay out of attention for once?" The guests shifted, uncomfortable, watching us, waiting for intervention that never came. Then the worst moment followed. My husband Ethan stepped forward, not to defend me, but to stand with his sister. "Melissa's right," he said coldly. "You should have been more careful. It's her day." My breath caught. My knees nearly buckled. I had given up so much for Ethan and his family, enduring their remarks and quiet cruelty, but this, being publicly humiliated with Ethan's full support, was unbearable. I turned to leave, my pride barely intact, when Ryan, the groom, stopped me. He took the microphone from Melissa's shaking hands, anger flashing across his face. The room fell silent as he spoke. "I won't stand by and watch this," Ryan said calmly. "This day is meant to honor love, respect, and family. What I just saw was cruelty, from my wife and from those who stayed silent." His eyes locked on Ethan. "A real partner doesn't allow the person they love to be shamed in public, and a real bride treats people with compassion, not contempt." Melissa's face went pale. "If a few drops of champagne make you slap someone in front of everyone, then perhaps the problem isn't the dress, but your character." Turning sharply to Ethan, Ryan continued, "And you should be ashamed for leaving your wife alone in this moment. If you can't protect her, what does that say about your marriage?" Gasps echoed through the hall. Some guests clapped softly, others stared in shock. Melissa tried to interrupt him, but he pushed her hand away. "No," he said firmly. "This may be our wedding day, but if this is how you treat people, if this is how you treat her, I have to ask myself if this is the life I want." Tears filled my eyes. For the first time in years, someone stood up for me out of pure integrity. Ethan said nothing. His silence spoke louder than words. After the reception, Ryan found me and apologized. "You didn't deserve any of that," he said gently. His words cracked something open inside me. That night, I confronted Ethan. "Do you even love me? Today you chose your sister while she humiliated me." He avoided my gaze. "It was her wedding," he muttered. "I didn't want to cause a scene." I laughed bitterly. "The scene already happened. You chose her." We argued late into the night, but his remorse was weak. Something inside me broke for good. I realized that love without respect is meaningless. Weeks later, I left him. The divorce was painful, but freeing. I stopped shrinking myself to fit his world. Melissa and Ryan's marriage soon collapsed, the cracks from that day widening until Ryan walked away. I didn't walk away empty. I left with a truth I'll never forget. Never stay where you are disrespected. Love should raise you up, not tear you apart. When I look back now, I feel no shame, only gratitude for the pain that opened my eyes.